Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today, I'm doing something that's making me a little bit nervous. I'm about to go against the grain here, and I'm not sure what the reaction is going to be to this. But I did an episode earlier in the week where we were talking about spooling up braided line, and that was because I'm getting ready to go out this weekend, and I know that I'm going to be doing some punching. And it got me thinking about talking about my specifics when it comes to punching baits, not just the baits, but the hooks that I use when I'm doing a lot of flipping and punching and things like that. So stick with me, guys. I'm going to go out on a limb here. We'll see whether you guys crucify me or whether you agree with what I got to say. We'll be back right after this if I got the guts to do it. Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher. So I'm going for it. We'll see what you guys think. So like I said, I'm going out punching. I know I'm going to be flipping heavy weights, punching mats, and what I have found over the years, what I believe is the traditional, what people tell you should do, is put a straight shank hook on, use a snell knot, and so when you set the hook, that hook levers up so that the hook drives home into the top of the fish's mouth. So a straight shank hook on your punching baits. That I've done that for years, and I'm telling you guys, I just don't do that any longer. When I punch, I will use a heavy weight and I will go with an EWG hook. And the reason for that, quite honestly, is because I believe that over time meaning, the length of the day when I'm going to be doing that, my bait stays straighter and goes in the mat easier using an EWG hook that's set up like this rather than a straight shank hook that where the bait kind of comes off on an angle. And again, you make a couple of punches, you catch a couple of fish, and you're replacing the bait because that bait won't stay up there on the top of the hook, even when the hook has a little barb at the top to keep it there. That barb wears down the plastic and that bait comes off. An EWG hook, in my opinion, the bait lasts longer on the EWG hook. The bait goes straight down, much straighter than on a straight shank hook. And hookup percentage, my hookup percentage is as good, if not better, on an EWG hook than it is on the straight shank hook. I know the popular mantra is straight shank hook when you're punching, use a snell knot, make sure that you've got that hook when you set the hook, the hook pops up to get the roof of the mouth. But guys, I just don't find it to be true. An EWG hook with a wide gap, I want to have that gap wide enough so that when the fish bites the bait moves out of the way and I get the sharp part of the hook into the fish's mouth. But I have found over the years, my hookup percentage does not go down compared to a straight shank hook. So I took the risk, I put it out there. I'd love to hear your comments about this, guys. See what your thoughts are on it. I know I've got several buddies who agree with me, who are on tour that agree with me, and it's a belief that is probably not shared majority one way or the other. Probably the majority would say straight shank hook, but that's the way I lean on this. Love to hear your opinions, and if you wouldn't mind, please hit the subscribe button for us, and we'll be back tomorrow with another episode of Mark Fisher Outdoors. Take care, everybody.